What's up guys, Jasquita here, and today I have a really cool video for you guys about a ghost story that happened to me and my friends, so I hope you enjoy. Alright, let's get this story started because I don't think I have very long to talk. So, in my freshman year in high school, me and my friends in percussion, we advanced to this thing called state solo and ensemble. So if you have any idea, like if you're in band, you have somewhat of an idea of what that is. So we ended up having to go to San Antonio, Texas, and stay in a hotel for like a couple nights because we advanced to this competition. And the hotel we stayed in ended up being extremely sketchy. Like, a lot of things happened whenever we first got there that kind of creeped us out a little bit, but we didn't really come to the assumption that the place was fully haunted until about around midnight, and I'll explain that. So it was me and three of my other friends from my percussion section that advanced, so we were all staying in the same hotel room. And one of these kids, his name's Caleb, he's about 6'5" and 200 and something pounds. He's huge, like starting lineman for the football team. Like, he's a big kid, so just keep that in mind. It'll make the story funnier later. I ended up, like, when we first got there, I ended up deciding just to take a shower and go to bed because I was exhausted and everybody else was outside swimming. And I ended up getting locked in the bathroom somehow, like something was holding onto the doorknob, and I was like, alright guys, this isn't funny, come on, let me out. And I ended up opening the door and nobody was there and they were all out swimming, and so that freaked me out, but I didn't really think much of it. I thought maybe the doorknob was old, and because it was a really old hotel, so I just decided to blow it off. And then after we all got inside and decided to start wrapping it up and going to bed, because we had to perform the next day, so we needed to get like a few hours of sleep because we never usually sleep on these contests. We usually just stay up all night. It was about midnight, and if you know anything about hotels, they have those older phones that have like the receiver, so the lights are off and we're just laying there just talking, like not looking at each other because the lights are off. We're just talking, keeping each other up, and this phone goes flying across the hotel room. Like, it yanked the wire out of the plug that it was plugged into on the wall, and we start freaking out. Like, this was so scary, and because we didn't know who did it. We thought like, oh, the other person did it to scare us, and then they were like, no, you guys did it to scare us. And then Caleb, the 250-pound huge lineman, ended up saying that when he got to the hotel, he ended up drawing all of these like demonic symbols on the door in lotion, just as a joke, just to goof around. He didn't know what it would do. He was just being stupid, because if you know Caleb, or if you did know him, you would know this is something that he would do. So just trying to be funny, and it ended up, I believe, making the hotel room haunted, if it wasn't already. So we start freaking out because we know there's something in the room. And then so we're like checking everywhere. We look out the window, because the way the hotel set up is a giant square, and you can see out into the pool, and then like the entire hotel circles around that pool, or in a square, so it doesn't circle, it squares or whatever. That's not important. But we see this person walking around, and it's like 12:30 at night, just walking around the pool, and we have no idea what he is doing. And so that creeps us out. And then we close the window, and about 10 seconds later decided to look back out there again, and he was right in front of our window, just his back to us, like an old man. And there was no way he could have, even if he dead sprinted his old legs over there, because he was probably like 80 something, there was no possible way he could be all the way over to our side of the hotel, because he was on the complete other side. So we're freaking out, and like we're like hyperventilating, scared. Looking back on it, it's hilarious, like how just scared we were. But in the moment, like, we were exhausted, and then, sorry, my phone just went off. We were exhausted, and this just completely terrified us. So Caleb has no religious affiliation. He starts reading out of the Bible to try to calm whatever demonic entity might be in the room, but he ends up reading out of Revelation. And if you know anything about the Bible, Revelation is like the scariest chapter in the Bible. So he's making things worse, because we're like, shut up, Caleb, shut up. and like it is so funny looking back on it. Just the stupid things that were going through our heads. Like at one point we thought there was a dead body under our bed, and we were scared to touch the floor because we were afraid it would grab us. First off, obviously dead bodies can't grab people, so that was the first, stupid thing we thought. And then second, why would there be a dead body? We would smell it, or we would know it was there. I mean, just all of these thoughts are going through my head now about how stupid we were, but how scared. Like, I've never been this scared before, like, in a hotel room. And then so, I'm trying to think of something else that happened. I know something else happened that was just absolutely hilarious. We laid down at night, decided to, like, completely just try to ignore whatever was there, and just to try to get some sleep, because it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was sleeping in the same bed as Caleb, and my other friend Cameron, his name is also Cameron, he starts telling Caleb the story of what's called a skinwalker, which is basically the story of a little boy who says that there's something in his bed or something, and it's his mom, and his mom rolls over or something. If you know the story, then you know what I'm talking about. But basically made it sound like there was a ghost next to his dad, because the little boy ran into their parents' room, and it was his mom. And then as soon as Cam told that story, I rolled over in my sleep, just like the mom did in the story, who was like possessed by the skinwalker or whatever. And Caleb punches me as hard as he can, like in the neck, like shoulder area. And I just woke up and like was freaking out, like thrashing around, and just had like this throbbing pain. And it was so stupid. Like, I don't know why he punched me. I think because he was scared, but if you just saw how big this kid was, just knowing he was scared of something like that is just absolutely hilarious. We ended up not sleeping at all. We woke up the next day and we played terrible because our hotel room was possessed. Nobody believed us about our room. We tried to tell people and tried to get some like history on the room if there was anything wrong with it. We actually lifted up all of the paintings around the room, and we found, like, I think it was red paint, and that's why they hung the painting there to cover it, but we thought it was blood at the time. We were like, oh, somebody was murdered here, here's their blood. We were just so stupid. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this ghost story. I know it was a long video, and I know you probably think it's really stupid, but it was really funny at the time, and I hope you guys enjoy. Peace.